Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, and this is undoubtedly going to be a mistake. This is Stair Quest, a game that I, for some reason, helped develop. It was made for Adventure Jam back in 2016. Oh, goodness me, it's even right there on the screen. It says 2016, no more for today productions. Full disclosure, I didn't design any of the levels. I didn't draw any of it. All I did was put a shitload of weird, stupid responses into the text parser. The text parser that no one who plays this game uses, by the way. So that's my... well, I also play tested the shit out of it. So I should be kind of okay, but in honor of the fact that the channel has now reached a whopping 3,000 subscribers, I said I'd play this game, and every time I died, I'd do a little fact reveal about myself, however uninteresting that may be. So that's what we're doing. We're doing facts about me, and also playing a notoriously difficult game. Yes. Oh, I've seen streamers play this game. I've seen other YouTubers and Twitch streamers and such play this game, and they seem to be having a hell of a time. I can only pity the fuckers who get into this and don't know all these little secret tips and tricks that aren't there. Well, there's one shortcut, and if I can get it to work, I'll show you. But other than that, blah-de-blah-de-blah, orb of stars. You have to seek out the orb of stars, blah-de-blah-de-blah. You can choose between either the Ingrid or the Davin. I will choose Ingrid because I like her sprite better. Welcome to Stair Quest. I didn't write this bit. Use the arrow keys to move your character, blah-de-blah. Good luck on your quest to retrieve the orb of stars, brave Ingrid. Ooh, animated backgrounds. Yes. This is the special edition, incidentally. Let's go. Credits! This actually brings up the entire fucking credit screen. Alright, well, anyway, this is the special edition. Jess Morissette, my goodest, oldest friend. Hey, wait, I should save that for fact, actually. Yes, it was conceived of by Jess. And who is Jess? You may wonder. Well, we'll find out somehow. Can I skip this? Oh, thank you. Anyway, before we get started, let's just turn the speed up to fast. There we go. Let's have a look at the stairs. You see stairs. So many stairs. Touch stairs. You're already touched by the sheer majesty of the stairs. So far, these are not my messages. These were written by either Jess or the actually credited co-writer. That would be Gareth Millward, our dearest friend from the Backseat Designers. Jess also wrote a shit ton of messages, but he remains uncredited because... well, I'm actually not entirely sure why, and some other people threw in a couple of comments here and there, but mostly the ones that I'm responsible for are the ones that involve doing really weird things to the stairs, such as romance them. Oh, come on, did that not work? No, oh, okay. How about fondle the stairs? Ah, yes, this is one of mine. You caress the stairs. They do not seem to resist your advances. You proceed to seat yourself, continuing your romantic advances, until you realize you are inches away from release. You decide not to proceed until you have acquired full consent from the stairs to proceed. Yeah, there we go. We can also try and kiss the stairs. As you get down on one knee and offer up your puckered lips to the stairs, you are struck by the absurdity of the situation. Of course, you should get down on all fours to do this. You reposition yourself and plant your kissy appendages straight on a particularly alluring seam. After a few seconds, you contemplate if you should. Should you? Maybe. Yes. You slip the stairs a bit of tongue. That was one of mine. Alright, let's get this shit show on the road, shall we? Alright, first level. Piece of cake. Nothing to it. I shall retrieve the orb of stars and prove to my father that I am the equal of any man in the realm. Also, these are not my lines. These were written by Jess. Jess, who designed the game. This is a real pisser, because if you move... it looks like she's stuck in the doorway now, and you have to move a bit, towards the player. So your first instinct is to press the down arrow. Do not do this. Just press right at the start. Because if you press down, she's just gonna trip on her ass and fall over. Also, this plaque, by the way... This was not put in by me. It says short line, longer line, 2 shorter lines, longer line, 3 longer lines, and it's signed by Ken Williams. The joke here went completely over my head for the longest time. I had to sheepishly ask Gareth, what the fuck was that supposed to be? Is it Morse code? Is it something? No. It's just physically describing the plaque. The lines, short line, longer line, 2 long lines, all that. That's it. So, of course, this is hardly becoming language of a noble adventurer. Also, we're telling him, it's a standard response. I thought I'd put something in there. Steel plaque. Being a thief isn't very heroic, no matter what Dungeons and Dragons might tell you. Nah, not one of mine. Can I fondle the plaque? Let's not waste all that rubbing. We might find a genie's lamp on the next screen. Still not one of mine. You know what? You know what I should do? I should bring up the list of verbs in the game. Hang on. Ah, yes, here we go. So this screen is actually called the Blue Mountain in the document or the code for some reason. So one thing we can do is interpret the sign. You do your best to figure out what the sign may mean. Perhaps it's a code, some arcane map directions, maybe a recipe for delicious brownies. You will never know, and you will never find out. No, seriously, you never will. And I put this in because this was before I asked what it actually meant. So I just put it in because I was as dumbstruck as anyone. Also, you can memorize the sign. Very well, you commit the line pattern to memory at the cost of one of your childhood memories. So long, birthday party H3. I'm pretty sure that's mine because that's a little reference to Johnny Mnemonic, a movie that only I love. Also, you can lick the torches. You've always wanted to be a fire breather ever since you saw that minstrel perform at the King's Ball last spring. Now is not the time to try out new career options, though. And best of all, you can, let's actually get close to one of the torches, you can buck the torch. There are easier ways to get circumcised. Oh, and we have different responses to the stairs in each room. You can feel the stairs. The stairs in this room feel smooth to the touch. Someone took great care in preparing these stairs. Best treat them with respect. What else can we do? Why is there a... Hang on. There seems to be an object or a noun here called boobs. Oh my, if that's what you see, that's on you. You have a filthy mind. Oh, I do see them. Oh, right. Well, flick boobs. You burn your fingers. What else can we do to the boobs? Lick boobs? Nah, that's just okay. Right, let's keep going. More stairs, no matter, I must continue my climb. The ore beckons to me. Now comes the real shit show. And I shall indeed. I'm gonna try and do this pretty much fair and square. I would say pretty much. I am gonna save my game here, though, because this is where the fuckery beginneth. And I'm gonna do this on fastest, and we'll see. So this might be fact time. We're on fastest now. I'm gonna use the diagonal keys. Come on, come on. Hell yeah, hell to the... fuck me! I honestly didn't mean to do that. It's just... I hit the wrong key. I hit the numlock key instead of the 7 to stop her from moving diagonally by mistake. Oh well, I plummeted to my death. Alright, so... Fact number 1. I am 39 years old, and I was born in a little town in Denmark called Holbæk, and I have since moved away from there, but I did spend the first 20 years of my life in that little quiet town, just being miserable, really, going to school and not enjoying it one bit. And then I met my wife, and then we moved to Roskilde, which is a fairly more well-known town in Denmark because of the music festival. Which we also love attending, and actually did attend for since 2001 until, and then we attended every year until a couple of years ago. Then we sort of broke our streak, and then last year we went again, and then this year we broke our streak again. So, but we've done the whole shebang, you know, stayed out there in a tent and gotten very, very drunk and all of that lovely, lovely stuff. So that was the life story, the very short life story, in fact. Let's see if I can do that again. Yeah. Well. Fact number 2. I met my wife on IRC back when that was new and interesting in the mid-90s. I still have no real idea how I got on it, nor have I any idea how she got on it. But we somehow just met up on the Rights IRC channel and, you know, took a liking to each other, I guess, and then we met up in real life at a party hosted by the IRC channel that we sort of belonged to, and nothing really romantic happened at the party, but then we started meeting up at the aforementioned Roskilde Festival. And after, I think it was the second Roskilde Festival we were at together. Maybe it was the first, actually. But anyway, that's when we decided that we were going to be a thing. It didn't happen at the festival in a haze of drunkenness, as you might expect. It actually happened right after the festival. So, that was fact number 2. Let's continue the fuckery. Yeah. That was fucking fast, wasn't it? Okay, fun fact about me. Since we're now walking precariously along this whatever the hell this is, this suspended walkway, I'm a really, really tall fucker. I am 6'8" or 6'9" in, you know, feet or inches. We don't do feet and inches in Denmark, we do meters and centimeters. So I am 2 meters and 7 centimeters by my last measurement. Somehow people keep getting the measurements wrong. At one point I was 2 meters and 10, now I'm 2 meters and 7. At one point I was down around 2 meters and 3 or 4. It's somewhere above 2 meters anyway. But here's the ironic kicker. I am in fact afraid of heights. Oh. No! So fucking close. How did I do that on the first try? Come on. Oh god. What other fact is there? In my youth, I used to play the drums, and I secretly still wish for a drum kit because every time... well, another fact is coming up, I guess. I still secretly wish for a drum kit because it sort of itches in your... It's like playing a... Well, it's like riding a bicycle, really. So once you've gotten anywhere near good at the drums, it sort of itches in your fingers to get back and play more drums. So I've always wanted to do that. So whenever we get a place that's a bit bigger than this, when there actually is room for a drum kit, I might just spring for one of those electric ones, just so I can bash one out. Additional facts: I used to play as a teenager. I used to play in a punk band that released 3 albums, or I guess 2 albums and an EP, but they were all home recordings because we were computer geeks at the same time, so we self-recorded and self-published these online, and I played the drums in that. And I guess in retrospect we weren't terribly good, but we were sort of on the cusp of maybe becoming good, and then, you know, apathy just sort of kicked in and we, you know, got distracted by shiny things off in the distance and never really did any of that. But if anyone wants to look them up, I can leave a link in the description to go and check out my old punk band. All the singing and lyrics are in Danish though, so I don't know how interesting that'll be. I should stop talking because I have to concentrate on this. You know what? I'm going to turn this down to normal speed, otherwise we'll be on this screen for fucking ever. Oh, thank fucking Christ. Okay, we can set it up to fast again, and this time I will actually save my game again. I think my little headcanon rule here is that I don't save on a staircase, I save on the save plateaus. I don't want to start the whole game over again, because then this will be very, very boring, but the fuckery continues. And here's another thing about Stair Quest. This is a free fact. When we were designing the game, I kept Oh, well, let's just call this an actual fact. It's not free anymore. When we were designing this game, I kept remarking, hey, wait a minute, in old Sierra games, you used to just be able to hit F5 and save and then, you know, be able to save over, but this game requires you to enter a new save description every time. And I sort of said, hey, shouldn't we fix that? And they went, nope, it's part of the experience. Okay, fun fact. I hate stairs now. I also used to play in an industrial band, which was the whole shebang with, fishnets on the arms and black nail polish and eyeliner and everything. And we played a couple of shows and we actually thought we were pretty good. Again, sort of apathy set in and we never really made it anywhere with it, but oh, so damn close too. So there's stuff like, I've been making music for quite a while, actually. So, fun facts, when my wife and I got married, I actually didn't realize that the date we had set for the wedding was also my dad's birthday, because I am terrible at remembering dates. Oh, I knew that. I just tapped the key one too many times. This is really hard when you're talking at the same time. I shouldn't be doing that. So, additional fun fact, other things that I am terrible at remembering: names, sometimes faces, and measurements of distance. Alright, I'm gonna shut up now and see if I can get through this bit without talking, but on fastest. Wish me luck. I did it again! I tapped one too many times. Why do I do that? I was so close too. Okay, let's see. Made a couple of notes here, just in case I ran out of facts just off the top of my head. So, I've already mentioned that I'm afraid of heights. I'm also terrible at sports. Despite you would think my height, I would at least be advantageous in basketball, for instance. No, I have no motor skills whatsoever, which is interesting considering that I, play the drums, or at least I wanted to play the drums. That's one thing. I'm still seated when I'm doing, when I'm drumming. The whole running around, breaking into a sweat, not my jam. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. So I don't do sports, and I don't do fitness, and I don't work out. It's just not my jam. Oh, that is close. That is close. Don't fuck this up. Am I technically in the safe zone yet? No, I don't think I am. Okay, one more step forward. Oh, that does it. That does it. Please, please, whoever drew the walkable areas on this, don't fuck me over now. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Stairs. So many stairs. What does it all mean? Am I being tested by someone? Something. Right. I am going to save here, because this does not actually have that much fuckery. Not a lot of fuckery. This one's okay. Oh, I kind of forgot, actually. But we can't go back. But I forgot to sort of look around the gem cavern. So I'll have to restart the game. Hang on a bit. Okay, we're back in the horribleness. I'm just gonna have a look at the gem caverns list of messages. Here we go. Actually, there aren't that many, as far as I can tell. One thing you can do is, there's a big chasm here, so you can look over the... Actually, I don't think chasm is an acceptable noun. Let me just have a look. Chasm? Nope, that's not here. It's a bridge. You can look at the bridge. I assure you, it's 100% organic. It may contain gluten. That's not mine. But I figured if you look over the bridge. No? You can look down the bridge. Let's just have a look. Oh, look down. Of course, look down. Looking over the side of the bridge and into the pit, you feel an instant wave of nausea. The floor below is littered with corpses of unlucky travelers who lost their step. Many of them are mine, apparently. So now we can look at the corpses. The corpses lie motionless on the ground below, as corpses are known to do. Can we talk to the corpses? I'm just gonna check real quick. Yeah, we can. We can talk to the corpses. The corpses are silent, and that's just the way corpses are supposed to be. However, we can also, and this is a special in-joke to those of you who know your Space Quest 2 well, you can invoke the corpses. Yep. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, so this level is not too tricky. It does try to fake you out with that, but that doesn't actually do anything. And then there's that little bit where you have to go between the overhang. But anyway, that's the level complete. So, what's this level called again? We called this one the Brown Mountain. Yes. And a lot of things we sort of imagine people would look at off in the distance. So they're actually... well, first of all, there's the boulders. I would describe the rocks as nondescript. Oh, the narrator suddenly got a sense of self, apparently. But we also sort of imagine that people would look above, off in the horizon at whatever is passing by. It's a sheer drop down from the cliffside. You feel a pang of dizziness as you stare down the side of the mountain. Looks sky? Is it just me, or does that one cloud kind of look like a staircase? Hang on, that's not the message I put in. Oh, so there are two conflicting messages. There's a message here in the document that says, "It's a bright sunny day. If the kingdom wasn't in dire peril, you could perhaps be out on a picnic, laying in the grass, watching butterflies, sipping on monk's ale. But it is, and you're not." That was mine. That's what you're supposed to get when you look at sky, but someone else put a better line in, I suppose. You can push the boulders. That does nothing, obviously. Your otherwise impressively muscular frame is no match for the heavy boulders. But you can also... kick the boulders? That would only hurt your foot, and you need your feet to carry you onward in your quest. Here we go. Here we go. Of course we can fuck the rocks. The rocks are not in the mood to be romanced. And you can lick the rocks. The rocks are smooth, but not of the gourmet variety. Oh, and we can shout at the sky. Yes, you cry out at the heavens for mercy. The clouds pass by unabated. If there's anyone or anything up there, it ain't listening. Oh yeah, and you can also try and climb down the cliffside. Let me just stop you right there. There is no shortcut. There is no point in falling to your death and breaking every bone in your body in a foolhardy attempt to scale the cliff. The exit is there for a reason, for you to go through it. And go through it we shall. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Each step brings me closer to my goal. This level can fuck off. This level is a bitch, and I'm going to explicitly state so. This level is a bitch. Right, so if I make it up to the middle landing, I'm saving my game again because fuck this level. This first bit is not too tricky. It's a little tricky here at the end, but should be... oh, that was close. Should be able to do that. Right, it's up here that the shittery really kicks in. Really kicks in. That is where... because this bit, you'd think you could just hit the diagonal keys to scale it, but no, if you just hit the diagonal keys, she falls off. You're supposed to take minute steps up this bitch. And not even just, alternate between left foot and diagonal foot. You have to sometimes hit diagonal twice, like I'm doing. Yeah, fucking damn it! Right at the fucking end, too. All right, let's have a look at that cheat sheet for the lovely facts about myself. All right, when I was about, must have been 15 years old, I went to the local library with my friend, who also has hung out on streams with us. His name is Foop. He hasn't been there for a while, but anyway, we went to the library and had a look at their computer that was hooked up to the internet. Now remember, in the mid-90s, the internet was still a newfangled and happy thing, and we didn't have internet back home. So that's when I got on the internet for the first time, 1995. The next fact that follows on from that is that, of course, one of the first things that we did with the, I think it must have been Netscape Navigator that was installed on this thing. Oh, this is embarrassing. Was to search up Space Quest. And what site came up? Well, just so happens that earlier that year, or might have been just at the end of the last in 1994, I can't quite remember. Jess does. Well, Roger Wilco's Virtual Broom Closet came up, which was the first ever fan site for Space Quest. It was also the first ever fan site for a computer game. At least if you're to believe Jess, which I do. I do believe Jess. So that's how I met Jess Morissette, and we're still friends to this day. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this right. Well, that's a bit close. Oh! Stop talking. Just climb the fucking stairs. God damn it. All right. So, continuing on from that, me and Jess became friends via email. Actually set up an email account at the library and had to go down to the library every time I wanted to check that email. Later that year, my dad got modem at home, and we could check our emails with our fancy 56K modem, but that's how I ended up writing the Space Quest FAQ, which became a gigantic... Oh, God! Okay, the key stuck. The key... That wasn't on me. You see, I stopped, and then she just kept moving. The game is broken, and also cheating. It's unfair. Anyway, I wrote the Space Quest FAQ. Yay. So, fun fact following on from that is the Space Quest FAQ eventually reached the eyes and ears of Sierra Online, mainly because I kept pestering them with our home modem and the email address, actually my dad's email address. So what I did was I figured out the convention that the Sierra.com email addresses worked. That's not a real sentence, but you get what I mean. I worked out that Sierra employees had firstname.lastname@sierra.com. So knowing that, I could pretty much write any one of my favorite game designers, which I did. I wrote Jane Jensen, I wrote Al Lowe, I wrote Scott Murphy and Mark Crowe and Josh Mendel too. And they all responded, which I thought was interesting. I even wrote Ken Williams, and he responded as well. I've actually had the pleasure of, as a spry 16-year-old kid, might have been 17, but still around then, 96, 97, had the opportunity to interview Mr. Ken Williams himself via email. He gave some short-winded answers, but they were good. Okay. Alright, I have to steady myself, because this bit fucking cheats. I think there's something wrong with the walkable area. Can't possibly be me. So what I'm gonna do now is go one step diagonal and then head forward. Actually, I'm second guessing myself. Should I just keep going forward once? Yes, and then diagonally up? One more diagonal? No! You utter cock. Okay, fun facts. The walkable areas in this game are a dick. Okay, so another fun fact. At the spry age of, and that must have been 16, I actually had my first phone conversation with Scott Murphy. I'm not entirely sure how that came about because it was quite a while ago, but Scott Murphy actually took time out of his day. I think he was still employed at Sierra. In fact, Scott and I talked about this as recently as a couple of days ago. We couldn't quite remember the details, but he was still at Sierra. Oh shit, do I go forward or do I go diagonally? I'm gonna go forward. Oh, this is bad. If I go diagonal, I might fall off. Anyway, I talked to Scott Murphy at age 16. It was a big, big moment in my life. I'm going to die now. I didn't die. Okay, here we are again. My old nemesis. This is what I did last time. I went diagonal and it absolutely screwed me. Come on, go for it, go for it, go for it, go. That one doesn't count. Okay, 2 facts for the price of 1. I hate seafood. I hate fish and I hate seafood, which is ironic because, you know, it's supposed to help you with your mental acuity, and Lord knows I could use that, but no, can't stand seafood, can't stand it. I also can't stand these stairs. Okay, we're at the top now, and I have faced the... because usually I would just go diagonally, and that would cause me to fall off the stairs, because I think there's one little pixel... the mouse cursor isn't even showing. There's one little pixel at the top of the stairs that makes you fall off. So if I go... Yes. Okay. Now I know I owe you a fact. I just wanted to clear the stage before we move on. I'm going to save my game here because fuck me. Right. So, fun fact. The first computer I ever had was not a store-bought computer. Store-bought computer. It was in fact a little... print that my dad cooked up in his laboratory in our basement. It had a numeric keypad on it, actually hexadecimal keypad on it, so it had the numbers 0 through 9 and then letters A through F. It might have had additional letters, I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it had that and then a little LED screen. No, that would have been LCD screen actually at the time. You know, like yeah, like those old 80s style banners you used to see in shop windows. Sale, sale. It would just sort of scroll past that, but kind of really, really small. And you could play like a little weird Wheel of Fortune kind of game on it. But seeing as there were only letters A through F, or however many there were, it's like half an alphabet at most. The words that it would spit out were kind of easy to guess. But anyway, that was the first computer we ever had. It counts as a computer because technically you could play a game on it, and that is, of course, the true test of any game. Now let's have a look around the screen. This is a Blue Mountain, I believe. Yes. No, that's not Blue Mountain because we've already passed Blue Mountain. This is... Tower. Yeah, it's just called Tower. Okay, so let's have a look around the tower. Let's see. Oh dear me, you can piss on the wall, which is something I've wanted to do for quite a while. Here's just a common housebroken pet. Might have been unbroken as well. I mean, that's not to say your legs won't be snapped off in the near future. Also, have a look at the tower. Just the tip. I did not put that in. That's a Gareth line. It has to be. Can you push the tower? It's firmly attached above the entrance. You can't knock it over. And even if you thought you could, you can't reach either. Can we do anything else to it? Oh, right. If you type look hat. It's not a hat, it's a tower. The entrance is not wearing a hat. And you can get hat. Look, it's not a hat. Stop it. And you can wear a hat. Really, it's not a hat. Give it up. Even if it was, it's too big for your head anyway. And of course, you can jump. A true hero puts one foot in front of the other, retaining at least one foot on the ground whilst doing so. I think that's actually a standard message, but for some reason it's also in the scene-specific messages. You can climb the wall. You can get up those wide stairs to the first plateau without resorting to climbing, surely. Why deprive yourself of some prime stair climbing experience? And I think you can look edge. It's a long way down over the edge. You remain confident in your ability to remain on firm ground, though. Bullshit, you do. Alright. Fucking hell! Okay, I saved on the plateau. That is not cheating, but you will get another fun fact. First store-bought computer we got was a Commodore 64, and that was actually also the first time I realized I was never going to be a programmer, because I tried creating little games in BASIC. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Say the word enough times and it hardly sounds like a word anymore. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Anyway, I tried to design or program a few games on the Commodore 64, and they were just written in BASIC, and, well, fun. I don't think they'd necessarily count as games, really. They were just sort of input, and if you typed in the precisely correct input, then the story would move forward, and the story was always bullshit. And I tried to get my mates, or friends, or classmates, or whatever, whoever wanted to come around my house, which wasn't many, to get, interested in not just playing games, but actually creating them, and they would hear none of it. So, anyway, hello, little pussycat. Now, Kevin Wallace, the guy who drew this fucking level, actually said it would not be cheating if I saved between each row of cats, and that's because the hitboxes on these cats is notorious. I'm gonna see if I can clear it. Just once. On fast. Why did I do this on fast? Can I clear that? I don't think so. No! Because if you touch the top of their heads, that's a hitbox as well. Consoles. Fun fact, I did own a console when I was young. It was an NES. My brother and I sort of shared it, and for the longest time, I used to have it in my possession, and then I passed it on to him, and he's had it for many, many years now. He says it's still in operating condition, but I have some of the games on my shelf. I have Super Mario Brothers and Star Tropics and Battletoads and stuff, so I don't actually know what he does with it. Probably nothing. I'm gonna diagonal this bitch. I fucking did it. I fucking did it. Hey, Kevin Wallace said it's okay, so I am saving my game. Thanks, Kev. Right, so this one should be somewhat in the bag. That tail is gonna give me a world of trouble. Oh god. Oh god. Now this bit sucks. This bit just sucks. Did I technically clear another row? I don't think I actually did. I think you're supposed to clear this bit of catage. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? I can do it! I can do it! I can do it! Oh, Jiminy Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'm breaking into a sweat here. Sweat City. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. No facts for you. I think the top row is not too much trouble. Yeah, this ought to be good. Yeah, there we go. I should have had a look around the room first. I didn't realize the room exit was that close. So I guess you'll just have to play up to that room yourself, because I'm not restarting the game for that. Actually, I could. Well, I could restart. Or restore the game. Okay, let's do that, because I just did. Let's see, cats. The cat level has a shit ton of messages. By the way, all the messages I've been reading aloud are not necessarily all of them. There are still some messages hidden in there. I'm just gonna pick out the ones that I think are most interesting. For instance, there are a lot of references to well-known cats. For instance, you can have a look at Garfield. He hates Mondays. There's a unicorn. I'm sure that's just some exotic breed of cat. You can look at Mananan. That's not how you spell that. Mananan. Alright. I don't see any wizards here, just a bunch of cats. And Vohal. I don't see any evil time-traveling cats here. Reference to Jess's previous game Pledge Quest, which he did for Space Venture, the Kickstarter. I did 2 games to support the Kickstarter and sort of drum up interest, and they were called Pledge Quest and featured a time-traveling evil cat named Vohal. And we can look at Azrael. Are you high on Smurf berries or what? And we can look at Bubsy. Bubsy isn't here, but you did see Arrow the acrobat fly overhead a couple of levels ago. Lovely. We can also tickle a cat. Cats aren't ticklish. We can cuddle the cat. The felines are not the cuddly types. And we can skin the cat. You could never bring yourself to such a heartless act, no matter how absolutely annoying these creatures are. You can also fondle the cat, but trust me, it's just the cats prefer to be left alone. Just stop whatever you're thinking. You can train the cat. Sorry, Jackson Galaxy, you left your clicker at home. I don't know if anyone's seen that show, but it is fucking hilarious. And you can worship the cats. The cats are already worshipped by everyone on the internet and do not seem terribly impressed at gaining one more devotee. Now, trust me, there are a shit ton more messages on this screen, but I feel in the interest of perhaps making it to the end of the game, we should press forward. The earth ends, my leg bends, yet I continue for my king. Fuck this level, by the way. This one is internally called the H.R. Giger level. Not that it actually resembles anything from H.R. Giger, but these diagonal wallways here can get absolutely fucked. Oh, fuck me! Fingers slipped. Fingers just absolutely slipped. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Favorite movies. Well, my favorite movie is Blade Runner, but Scott Murphy and I have sort of bonded over having 2001: A Space Odyssey as one of our shared favorite movies. Scott Murphy says that movie was life-changing to him. And I would imagine too, because, oh god damn it. Well, I quite enjoyed 2001, and so does Scott Murphy. So, that's the thing. Anyway, and not just for the trippy visuals. For me, it was seeing it as a kid, and, you know, talking computer, how awesome! Not really that awesome. And also how spooky it was, and, I mean, watching it today, you kind of need a pot of coffee on standby, because it can get awfully long-winded. But, you know, I'll be right with you. I'm just gonna traverse some stairs here. Oh, this bit over here. I'm gonna call this the safe space because it totally is. Yeah. I mean, it's a long plateau here because this bit over here, we should have had a checkpoint system. This bit, yeah, that's a crocodile. We should have... Because this bit fucking sucks. Oh my god, how did I do that? Because my finger actually slipped and I was like, oh my god, hold me, I'm scared. Also, her walking speed up is slightly faster than the diagonal speed, and oh god, I made it. Oh, thank fucking Christ. Alright, let's have a look at some messages then. Room-specific messages for the H.R. Giger level aren't that plentiful, actually. We can bounce on the stairs. While the free-floating staircase does look bouncy, it is in fact solid as a rock. And it floats too, it's amazing. You could slide. While the stairs do look like they'd be fun to slide down instead of walk down, doing so would almost certainly send you plummeting to your doom. And there's nothing... wait, look, glitter. Where? I don't actually see any glitter. The glitter on the wall is weird and sparkly. Can't even begin to guess what material it is. Can I get glitter? You can't reach it from where you are. Spoiler, there is nowhere on the screen where you can actually reach it. And that's sort of it. Oh, except for look path. The winding path almost makes you feel dizzy. Dizzy with anticipation. What lies beyond this architectural madness? You must find out. This was me trying to, you know, keep the player going. Failing miserably, obviously, because no one at this point is still using the text parser for anything. Confound these infernal stairs. For everyone I ascend, 1,000 more vex me. Oh, the giant. The rainy giant. This one is thankfully very, very simple. And also, I think it was also brought up at some point, hey, why are the levels not, you know, ascending in difficulty? And we just went, fuck it. Who gives a shit? He's called the Eternal Giant, actually, and he also has precious few lines. You can fight the statue. The Eternal Giant entirely ignores your attempts at engaging it in combat, mainly because it is currently occupied with its eternal slumber, and also because it's made of impenetrable stone. Can I? Yes, I can tickle the giant. Even if you could reach the stone giant's ribs... Typo on my end, I think. You have a feeling it's not very ticklish, given that it's, you know, made of stone. Can I fuck the giant? Don't you have better things to do than copulate with historical monuments? Apparently not. I think that might have been one of mine. Maybe it's not. I think also the moss on the rocks... Nah, no. There's some moss on one of the levels. But anyway, let's soldier on. Must continue to climb. Orb of stars can't be much farther. Also, I forgot to save. Anyway, this is a screen not drawn by Kev, but by the Oosh, Chris Ushko, and his llama. Of course, we can look at the llama. You're 90% sure that's a llama, but there's always a slight chance it could be an alpaca. Talk to the llama. You politely ask the llama if it knows where you can find the Orb of Stars. It responds with a strange noise you can only assume means no in llama speech. And there's a whole bit about this bridgey thing, I think? The bridge? Is either... No. Is it look wall? Okay, now that wall is clearly man-made. It has clearly fallen into disrepair, though. Who is the architect of this fiendish landscape? Who built this and why? Piss wall. Someone obviously took time and effort to construct this example of classic outdoor architecture, and you want to besmirch it with your filthy bodily fluids? For shame. Well, in that case, I will kiss the wall. You can kiss your chances of retrieving the Orb of Stars goodbye if you keep stalling. Alright, now fuck the wall. This is hardly becoming like, blah, blah, blah. Also, we're telling your mom. Default description. Didn't put one in for actually fucking the wall. But also, there is this little hole in this wall over here. Look, hole. I'm dead sure there's... Hang on, let me just check. Oh, it's a window. Window, look, window. What looks like a window on the side of the pyramid-shaped structure turns out to be just a bit of darkly colored brick. I don't know, search window? This is what ye olde Google is for. Okay. Oh, hang on. We can also, I just noticed that. Oh, God. Well, fact time. Did I remember to save my game? Yes, I did. I did, didn't I? Right. Anyway, fact, I used to have my own Space Quest fan site, Wilco's Domain, on GeoCities. I still remember the address for it. It was GeoCities Area 51 4600. Because back then you didn't get a fancy URL. We had neighborhoods on GeoCities. So I lived in the neighborhood Area 51, which was just a subdomain. And then the address, everyone got a 4-digit address. So I lived at 4600 Area 51. Anyway, that's where I kept all the interviews that I did with the Sierra employees, including Ken Williams. And though the website no longer exists, if you go and look at it, even through archive.org, there's only the shutdown notice, which I wrote in a fit of anger at age 19 because Space Quest 7 was cancelled, and I just went, fuck it, I'm out. All the interviews that I did, thankfully, were rescued and are now still available at Roger Wilco's virtual broom closet, which is still up and still kicking. We can fight the llama. You adopt a threatening stance towards the llama. You are, however, too far away from it to make a convincing threat. This is just as well, seeing as llamas are known to be ferocious creatures when threatened, so you just dodged the proverbial bullet, except the bullet in this case was a hoof to the trachea. Oh, we can worship the llama. The llama winks at you, clearly appreciative of your devotion. I can trust the llama. Good idea, llamas are far and away the most trustworthy camelids. I can tickle the llama. Llamas are not ticklish, but that's a great way to get a hoof in the face. There's a lot we can do with the llama. We can spit at it. You're getting your jobs confused. That's the llama's job to spit. Your job is to climb stairs. And we can... Hang on, what else can we do with the llama? Come on. Oh yeah, we can insult the llama. The llama is impervious to your crude attempts at insulting it, for it is a llama, and llamas are majestic creatures. You now feel ashamed. We can high-five the llama. You extend your hand toward the llama and enthusiastically yell, "Yo, llama, let me some hoof!" The llama continues to stare blankly at you. And we can forget the llama. You haven't even left the screen yet, and you're already trying to forget about the llama. Do you have some kind of undiagnosed llama phobia? Do you want to talk about it? Oh, and we can love the llama. It's pretty adorable, right? We can also insult the llama. The llama is impervious to your crude attempts at insulting it for the blah 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 blah. I think we actually already did that. But we can also pet the llama. I know you guys were waiting on that one. You can't reach the llama. And don't you think that's a bit forward anyway? There's a lot of things we... Oh yeah, we can rescue the llama. The llama's fine where he is. He does not need rescuing. And we can snuggle the llama. The llama doesn't swing that way. Okay, we're gonna leave the llama alone. There's a bunch more messages for the llama that I haven't shown you yet, but soldier on we must. Step by step, I come closer to reaching the top. Every step must be placed so that I don't fall off. This looks really weird, but okay, I'm just gonna run through some messages here because it's actually not that hard. What did we call this level again? Oh, mixed up manner. Right. So, teleport. You shut your eyes, clench your fist, and try your hardest to invoke the teleportation spell you overheard one of the King's mages use when you were a child. Sadly, all it does is make your belly ache a bit. And find exits. There is no better way to find your way than to plow ahead. Maybe you will be here for all eternity. Maybe it'll only take you a couple of minutes. You won't know until you try. And... let's see. Yell. You kick and scream, but all that does is make you wobble dangerously close to the edge. Maintain your balance, hero, and more importantly, your damn composure. Please, you're making us all look bad. Right, let's actually head out. Now, it does play tricks with your head because it looks like you can just walk diagonally on them, but you can't. Right, that's the level solved. I must continue my climb. The orb of stars can't be much farther, and this is where shit starts getting real. All right. Yes, well, shit's getting real. Okay. Spoiler alert, once I head over the ice here, a big fucking Yeti is gonna start chasing me. And there is a little trick to escaping him that I think I might be able to trigger, but we'll see. So before we do anything, also, I'm gonna give this a couple of shots, and if I fail at it, that's not a fact trigger. I just want to see if I can do it. So off we scoot. Right, that's another thing. Don't hit the same key twice, because then the player just scoots on ahead. Oh, the fucking text box got in the way. Oh my. Alright, so I think it's around here where you can sort of cheat the system by... No, not there. No, not there either. It's around that bridge. You can sort of, cheat the system and sort of skip the main part of it. It's really tricky to trigger. Now, okay, one more time. No, okay, I can't do it, but I know it's there. At least we found it in testing. Okay, so next thing is to actually traverse this without stopping. And dying. Hi, Yeti. Yeti no tweet. Yeti only follow. Kind of running out of interesting facts here. I was an exchange student in the United States, in New York, the state of New York, not the actual city, New York, from 1997 to 1998, and that's where I got this accent. I'm saving more stories than that for future deaths, which will occur very, very soon. Okay, doing this on fast is clearly a mistake. Fun fact, winters in New York, speaking of the weather on the screen, are really, really cold. I think I experienced my first below 10 degrees Celsius winter in New York. Now, Scandinavian winters are not to be trifled with, but in Denmark, it's a really bad winter if we get below 10 degrees centigrade. That happened in New York. New York winters do not fuck around. Alright, I'm gonna bite it, and I'm gonna put this down to normal speed. I don't care, you can shout at the screen all you want. There he is, bouncing boy. I am way ahead of you, dude. Now, some people have actually claimed that this level is full of shit because they say they can't outrun the Yeti, but they can if they use the diagonal keys. It's really not that hard. If you're playing on normal speed, that is. Heavy panting. Is that, can it be? Yes! It's the orb of stars. All that effort was worth it. Your quest is nearly at an end. Yes, and so this video nearly comes to an end because while I do realize we didn't get a look around the Yeti stage yet, we will in a bit, but first of all, let's just appreciate the absolute majesty of this CGA cliff. Our mountain. One thing's for sure, this is where the stairs end. Okay, just have a simple look around. It seems only 4 colors, magenta, cyan, black, and white, are capable of thriving at such high altitudes. Actually, let's have a look in the message document here for... This one is described in the message document as the mauve level. Yes. Oh, look! Rock! The rocks here have a strange purplish glow to them. You believe the correct term is mauve. And you're absolutely right. They're mauve. Very mauve. Move, move, move. Okay, the thin air up here may be causing you to get a bit loopy. Snap out of it. And we can... Look, chasm! The chasm at the end of the stair seems to drop off into infinity. You can't even see the bottom from down here. Looking down only makes you dizzy, and the thin air up here is already making your vision blur. And... Oh, we can kneel in front of the orb. It's not a deity, but it is surely your salvation. Can we do other things to the orb? I think we can do a lot of really weird shit to the orb. We can roll the orb. The orb hangs impossibly suspended in the air. As such, it is physically unable to roll anywhere. We can shout at the orb. Raising your voice does not make the orb any more responsive. It remains utterly silent. Can I talk to the orb? You are met with silence. Oh well. We can float the orb for some reason. Well, it's already doing that perfectly well on its own. And we can tickle the orb. What is orb? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, we can massage the orb. You don't need to give it a massage. Just go up there and take it. Can I fuck the orb? Did you misunderstand the nature of this quest? Do we need to roll the intro again? Can I kiss the orb? What is orb? Parser's a bit weird here. Alright, let's climb the stairs. It's on normal speed because these stairs are fucking horrendous. Actually, did I save my game? Did I? Yeah, no I didn't. So, orb time. Oh, thank fucking Christ, man. Otherwise I'd have to do the fucking Yeti level all over again. These stairs are a killer. These and the hat-wearing tower level are almost nearly as bad. I think actually this staircase is a little more narrow. Fuck these stairs, man. Why did we ever make this game? What were we thinking? Jess, what is wrong with you? Actually, that is a fun fact all in itself. I happen to do know the reason for this game, and it is kind of obvious actually. So hey, let's get the orb. As you reach out to grasp the orb of stars, you hear a booming voice emit from the sphere. You have not yet proven yourself worthy, Stair child. You must return to where you began your ascent if you wish to claim your prize. With a bright flash of light, the orb of stars disappears. You turn around, breathe a weary sigh, and begin your descent. And thusly, the game expects you to do everything we've just done backwards. But I'm not going to do that right now. I am, in fact, going to wish you a very, very happy Christmas. I'm going to slowly make my way down these stairs and tell you that last bit of fun fact, which was that Jess conceived of this game out of both love, hate, and spite. So that's actually three things. A 33% mix of each. And his love, hate, and spite... Well, his love and hate derives from climbing these stairs, particularly in King's Quest III, I believe. And his spite is, just basically anything that has to do with the stairs in AGI games. So, one thing we didn't do is actually we didn't have a look around the ice level. So, first of all, the Yeti. The Yeti's not here yet, so we can't interact with it yet. I'm gonna have a look around other things first. We can roll. You're traversing potentially precarious terrain. Do you really want to start rolling anything? I can yell at an icicle. Careful, you don't want them to fall off and injure some unlucky soul below, even though you're pretty sure you're alone here. You never know, right? And we can... Oh, well, we can make a snowball. You're tempted to roll up a snowball and put it in your pocket, but who's to say what lies ahead is not properly air-conditioned? The snow would melt, and it would look like you had soiled your garments. The shame prevents you from going through with your plan. Throw a snowball. You'd have to make a snowball in order to throw it. Oh well. Let's trigger the Yeti. Run through as many responses as we can before the fucker gets us. Or just fall to our deaths. Oh, fun fact, my first CD-ROM game was Day of the Tentacle, and I loved it intensely, but I only had a single-speed CD-ROM drive at the time. Also, I forgot to save after getting the orb, so I'm just climbing these stairs precariously, with great fervor and independence. Get the orb. Blop, blop, blop. Why was I so careful the first time? This is easy. Fucking hell, I don't know how I did that. Oh, hang on. there's a bunch of messages for the Yeti, but we can't stop. Well, unless we're on a straight path. And even then, it's kind of dicey. Oh, here's the... Okay, so, we can kill the Yeti. With what exactly? Your bare hands? Kindness? Just run, damn it. We can stab Yeti. There's an idea. You could grab one of the icicles and run it through the beast, then put one foot in front of its lifeless corpse and pose heroically. Except there's no one here to appreciate your heroism. You therefore decide to just make a damn run for it instead. We can slap the Yeti. That would just anger it further. We can... tickle the Yeti. Good idea. You extend your arms in an attempt to reach under the armpits of the Yeti and see if a good tickle might change his mind about violently murdering you. You just have to wait until he gets a bit closer. Spoiler, there is no way to do that. We can Brexit the Yeti. I have a feeling he's about to Brexit your ass. We can also mansplain the Yeti, but too late because I couldn't quite get there in time. I forget that I don't save when I get to the ice stage every time, so I just did that again. These stairs are not that bad, actually. Okay. Yeti fuckery. Actually, let's try fuck the Yeti. Here cometh the big bitch. Alright, so let's fuck the Yeti. I don't think the Yeti is looking for that kind of relationship with you. We were trying to mansplain the Yeti. Actually, I think it's gonna kill you. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what that was going to imply. We can placate the Yeti. You wish you could talk him down, but panic has gripped you and you can't think of any appropriately soothing words. I should probably get out of the way because the last thing we're going to do is die. I thought I was gonna... Okay, one more time. Because one last thing we can do is denounce the existence of the Yeti altogether. Boy, you sure showed him. When he devours you, at least you will have the high moral ground. Or the moral high ground. Whatever. Why am I going diagonally? I think I'm gonna die. He's gonna get me. Yep, he got me. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so, the last fun fact of this evening, I'm not going to run through the rest of the game. You all know how it ends. You reach the bottom of the stairs. It's a stupid pun. The prophecy said you were going to find the orb of stars, but there was a misprint, and it's the orb of stairs instead. Hardy heart. So, anyway. Yay. So, last fun fact of the evening. Yes. My wife and I are in fact expecting our firstborn son, and he is due January 15th. So this channel might run into some scheduling mishaps along the way because, well, we have a baby to prepare for. So, well, first of all, this office is going to go. This is going to be turned into the nursery. So the computer is going to be moved. And while we have signed up to get a bigger place, you know, that's still... you know, a crapshoot when something becomes available. And also, having a newborn is not really conducive to a whole lot of video making, but I will try to keep the channel alive. It might just be with, you know, vlog type content instead of actually playing games content, because playing games content requires me to sit down, headphones on, and actually, you know, talk and play a game at the same time. And, you know, baby might wake up, baby might shit itself. All that sort of jazz. So I honestly don't know what the future holds for the channel come the birth of little baby Jeff. His new codename is Jeff, by the way. It used to be Peanut, and technically it's still Peanut, but I've been calling it Jeff. Even though it's not going to be named Jeff, I just like calling it Jeff. Him, Jeff. Sorry, he has a gender now. Jeff. So anyway, that's it. So really, thank you so much for the 3,000 subs. I think that's amazing, and I do hope that despite we now be sitting on the time bomb of ticking, which is the impending arrival of my firstborn, that you'll stick around, because, you know, eventually the kid's gonna learn to look after himself, and then it's back to playing more games. And again, I don't know what the future brings. Maybe it'll be possible. Maybe a video a week. Maybe whenever whenever possible. Just regular scheduling is going to be a bit hard to maintain. So anyway, long story short, thanks for watching me play Stair, a game that I had a hand in, and I dearly wish to apologize to everyone who put themselves through this. But please keep the Let's Plays coming, because I really quite enjoy them. And so do everyone else on the No More For Today team. Even though we haven't made a game since Stair Quest, we still talk, all of us, and we had a bunch of really, really great ideas for future games. Sadly, indecision seemed to be the major killer. No one wanted to actually be the leader of the team, so all our great ideas, all the design documents we've actually written 2 full game design documents. At least, I think. Yeah, we were even working on a sequel to Stair Quest at some point. Stair Quest in space. It was going to be wild. But we just never could sit down and actually get shit done, which is actually kind of sad when you think about it. But anyway, long story short, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, even though this video is technically for you who already have liked and subscribed. But if you haven't, go ahead and do so. And please leave me a comment, because, as you know, I very much enjoy the comments. So thank you so much. And also thank you for the 3,000 subs. And I'll see you around the Chrono stream. Bye.